Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm saying, wake up, girl. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Made herself a boss. I see you. Ladies doing big things. Good morning. We're going to get started shortly. I just wanted to say, wake up, girl. It's going to be on here for a few minutes this morning. Wanted to give some encouragement, and I'm excited about another day. Hopefully, this first week of this year has been off to a great start. I'm excited about it. It's definitely some new things happening, some preparation taking place, and some things being established, and I'm excited about that. So definitely going to just drop those nuggets and prepare for what's next. Good morning, Jazz. Good to see you. It's definitely going to get started shortly. I'm telling you, I know it started off last year. I don't know about for yourself, but for me, I can tell you there's some things that have been shifting in my mind, and it's so important not to just shift when the new year, the clock starts, 2023, but you're just making preparation and you're preparing yourself leading up to a new year, leading up to a new day. And I just wanted to say, um, this morning, I want you just to be grateful for something. Just be grateful. Think of some things to be grateful for. Be grateful for your health. Be grateful for your strength. Be grateful that you have another day. Whatever you have on your plate, just be grateful that you have the capacity to be productive. You have the capacity to expand. You have the ability to grow. You have the ability to strengthen areas in you that may be a little weak, areas in you that may be a little uncomfortable. This is a season, I believe, of stretching. If you're just like me, I feel stretching all around me. But stretching is beautiful. Because you can't grow being comfortable. So, I like being comfortable at times. Comfortable feels pretty good. I can relax, I can recline. But being uncomfortable, I'm learning how to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and I'm learning how to appreciate the uncomfortable places. Did you hear what I just said this morning? I'm learning how to appreciate the uncomfortable places. But y'all, it's a new season, it's a new day. And I'm not just saying that clicheishly. I'm not just saying that because we hear that all the time. It's new, it's a fresh start. I realize whenever you are ready to start again, you can begin again when you allow your mind to shift. When you allow your mind to pivot, you may have started something, you may have stopped something, you may have failed at something, you may have failed at things, you may have made bad choices and bad decisions, but I'm so glad that you can always pivot. You can always change direction. You can always change your course. And I believe it's something about how you start. This month of January is so significant. I want you to get comfortable, adjusting to your habits, comfortable thinking about your routines, comfortable thinking about, like, what do I focus on? What am I giving my attention to? What am I opening myself up to? What am I exposing myself to? You can expose yourself to things that are good. You can even expose yourself to things that are negative, things that are toxic, things that keep you in bondage, things that don't allow you to break out of the box. Okay, so I want you to really focus on what you are exposing yourself to. I want you to focus on this month, this month, and it's going by, y'all. We just got 1 week down. It's going by, but I want you to be mindful of your time, mindful of your day. That's why I call this wake up, girl. I don't want you just to wake up just like another day. I want you to wake up with expectation. I want you to get your expectation up, y'all. Y'all, I know what it's like to have your hopes high. And then you get let down. You're like, it didn't go through the way I thought. This didn't happen the way I thought. This didn't go the way I put on my vision board. This didn't happen in what I mapped out, right? But I found out that every day that we wake up, God wants us to wake up with expectation. So if anything you're getting out of this, I want you to say, I'm going to expect more. I'm going to not just expect more from other people. I'm going to expect more from myself. I'm going to determine on how can I pour into somebody. How can I make myself better to encourage somebody? How can I change my life? Allow God to change my life so that my life can be a testimony or an example for somebody. I don't know about y'all, but I said 2020 through 2023, there's going to be a change in me. We want change on the outside. We want change in these things. But what I found is when you allow change to happen on the inside of you, when things shift and when things change in your life, as long as there's a transformation on the inside of you, guess what? You can always create. Guess what? You can always build. Guess what? You can always add. Guess what? You can always begin again. You can always do something new. You can always make something happen. You can always start. Anytime there's a change in you, that's why I said it's in your mind. I was listening to a man of God the other day, and he was talking about this dog that was all vicious and angry and wanted to bite him. And he was in this open field and he was trying to figure out, is the dog going to eat me alive? What am I going to do? And he was all scared. He was a little shook. And the dog's owner started laughing. He said, "Man, why you laughing? Why you laughing? What you think is funny? It's nothing funny. Ain't nothing funny. This dog about to tear me up, you know. And he's just laughing. And the owner said, "I'm laughing because the dog has an invisible fence in front of him. And the dog knows that he has this collar on his neck that when he gets close to the invisible fence, it's going to shock him. It's going to shock his neck. And I know that the dog's not going to get too close to you because he knows that it's an invisible fence and it's going to get his neck." Okay, so the dog knows that there's a whole lot of grass in front of him. The dog knows that it's life in front of him. He can get the any trespassers, anybody that's coming up on his owner or coming up on his property or his territory, like the dog paying bills. But the dog knows that he runs this, but so far the dog is gonna go. Okay, that's cool knowing about boundaries, right? I'm not talking about boundaries this morning. That's going to be another series because boundaries are essential. That's just a nugget. Okay, but what I was getting at was the dog. The dog could see the grass, the dog could see open land, but the dog had an invisible fence. And the thing about it was the dog loves the grass. The dog loved to be free. But because of the invisible fence and because of the collar that was on his neck, he knew that he couldn't get close to it. Have you ever experienced pain? Okay? Have you ever been injured? And when you get injured, you're like, "Man, I hurt my leg." And then you get healed, but you still walking with a limp because you so used to spraining your ankle or hurting something, or maybe you had a crooked neck because you went to sleep the wrong way one night, and you like, I don't know if it's still gonna hurt, and you waking up and you're fine. You're able to move everything. You're able to move all your ankles, but you're so reminded of that pain. You're so reminded of what happened in 2022. You're so reminded of what didn't work. You're so reminded of all those things. You can't even get past what you see in your mind. The dog was reminded of the invisible fence. What fence is in your mind today? What fence? What fence is before you? Yeah, they don't like me. Yeah, I'm black. They don't like me, and I'm a minority. What fence is before you? Yeah, ain't nobody for me. They ain't rocking with me. They ain't believing in me. I am whatever. What fence is before you? Yeah, I don't have enough this. I don't have enough that. I can't do it because I ain't got. What fence is before you? Yeah, happiness is not for it. It works for all of them, but it's not coming to me. What fence is before you? I don't know how God gonna make all this happen. I know He told me to do this. I know He put this in my heart. I know I didn't just get this idea by accident. I know I'm not just waking up to wake up. No pun intended, but wake up, girl, is for you to wake up, girl. I know I got my guys, my fellas that join too. I see you, Brianna. I know. But I'm just saying, it's time to wake up, girl. What fence is before you? And as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself, was because one thing I ask God when I'm praying is I say, Lord, tear down my walls. What am I really saying? I'm just saying, God, take the fences out of my life. Because sometimes we put fences up and we don't even know. We're trying to protect ourselves, and God says He's our protector. You know, I told God the other day, I just thank you for being my defender. Do you know that you don't have to defend you? We trying to be so swole. We trying to clap back. We trying to, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that, sis. Just live. Just be. He says, I'll be your defender. When people talk about you, when people try to ostracize you, when people do different things, he says, I will be your defender. I don't know who this is for this morning, but I just wanted to encourage you to ask God to pull down the fence. There's an invisible fence, and it may be an offense, meaning there may be something that has happened to you that you have been offended. You may be offended because I don't know, it could be spiritual, it could be your family, it could be financially, it could be somebody that's just not believing in what you're trying to push. It could be so many things, but there's fences and they are invisible. The key word is they're invisible. Yeah, it's a fence, but it's invisible. What are you making that things that should be invisible, meaning things that should not affect you? What are you allowing? Rejection. People can reject you. I've been rejected so many times, and rejection don't even feel good. Okay, I didn't even know what rejection was. But I was being rejected, but didn't know when people treated me a certain way. I didn't know that it was rejection, but I did not like how it felt. Okay, but it was rejection. So I know what rejection feels like. Okay, it hurts, but you don't have to receive rejection. Well, they did this to me, they did that to me, but guess what? Do you know that you don't have to receive it? What are you saying? Well, they ain't believe in me and they ain't do this for me. But okay, you don't even gotta receive it. I'm talking about the fences. I'm talking about the invisible fence. I'm not saying that the fence is not real. That dog, if that dog got next to that invisible fence, his neck was gonna be shot. Okay, you remember the trauma. Okay, you remember the pain. The dog said, I know what that feels like. But it's an invisible fence. And because it's invisible, I'm not giving all my energy and all my time. Y'all, this January, this year, don't give all your energy to negativity. Negativity, that's too much energy. Negativity is too much energy. I just wanted to encourage you this morning to let God drop the fences so that you can move into what you need to move in 2023. Okay, I wanted to encourage you this morning. So, Father, I thank you for your spirit. I thank you, Father, that you are the one that can reveal the fences. You are the one that can show us where those invisible fences are. Fences that people have placed in our lives, fences that we have placed in our lives. I thank you that you are that God that can remove invisible fences, God, things that we can't see. You even know how to remove fences, God, in boardrooms and fences in meetings and fences and things, God, in contracts, different things that you are moving us into. You know how to move those fences. And I thank you that you also know how to move the fences on our hearts. So I speak to hearts this morning, hearts that have fences. Because God, I believe that out of the heart, like your word says, flows issues of life. So I speak over every person that's watching this morning. And I speak that out of your heart will flow life. Out of your heart will not be invisible fences, but that it will be rivers of living water, that it will be light, that it will be peace, that it will be joy, that it will be I'm an overcomer, that it will be I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, that it will not be an invisible fence, but that you will see yourself hurdling the fence, that you will see yourself rising above the fence. Yeah, I see the fence, but guess what? I'm going to hurdle the fence. I see the fence, but guess what? I'm going to rise above the fence. I see, you hear me this morning? I see what's happening. I see what it looks like in the natural. I see it, but I'm going to hurdle the fence. I see what it looks like in 2023 January. It don't look like butter and cream. It don't look too good. It don't, but I see the invisible fence. But watch me hurdle it. Somebody type in watch me hurdle it. Somebody type in watch me hurdle it. Watch me hurdle it. Watch me hurdle it. I'm not saying you to say it for me. Speak it over yourself. I know some of you are driving to the classroom. I know some of y'all watching. Some of you driving to your classroom. Some of you, I know some of y'all, you tell me you in the office, you at work, you're watching. So I don't know where you are, but I want you to go back. I want you to type in, I'm going to hurdle it. I'm just saying what the Spirit of the Lord says this morning. I'm going to hurdle it. I just got on here, y'all. I'm about to get off because I got to make some things happen. Like y'all making things happen this morning. But I just wanted to be obedient. I want to encourage you to wake up, girl. I want you to keep doing what you're doing. I also didn't congratulate you this morning. I didn't tell you that you made it. I want to congratulate you and tell you that you made it this morning. I think it's so essential because nobody knows what it takes for you to walk in your shoes. Nobody knows what it took for you to get dressed this morning, sis. Nobody knows what it took for you to get your mind ready. Okay, I'm about to do another day. I want Wake Up Girl to encourage you this morning that you can make it. Guess what? You can hurdle it. Guess what? And I don't care about the invisible fence. The key word is it's invisible. The key word is it's invisible. I know it looks visible in a natural shade. I hear what you're saying, but this thing is up close. It's all in my face. I had stuff. I got stuff going on in my life right now. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. What I'm saying is not a cute message. What I'm saying is not something I just want to motivate you and pump you up with. No, what I'm telling you this morning is what I'm living off of. Because I got stuff that's up close and personal in my face. But what I found is when you put God in it, when you allow God to flex, that's an invisible fence. Watch me hurdle it. I'm going to watch you hurdle it. I want you to be encouraged and have an amazing day on purpose. Thank y'all for tuning in. Be blessed.